Hey everybody, this is the Drink64 and welcome to my review for Rick and Morty Season 3 Episode 5. This is the Whirly-Durly Conspiracy. I already like that name, it's really cool. And it's a Rick and Jerry adventure, everyone, and I'm perfectly okay with that actually. You know, I've stated on multiple occasions in my reviews that I like Jerry, and it's just really nice that they're not completely taking him out of the picture now that him and Beth are divorced, really. Overall, I happen to really like this episode. Maybe it was the whole connection with Rick and Jerry throughout the episode. Maybe it was the side plot with Morty, Beth, and Summer. Hint, it actually wasn't. Or maybe it was the giant acid trip toward the end of the episode, but it was a very enjoyable episode. It kind of makes me think that we could be seeing Jerry return to the family by the end of the season. But I'm not going to get my hopes up, but that's just kind of what it seems to be hinting at to me. I don't know. This episode also, like I said, had one of the weirdest acid trips I think I've ever seen. Even more than something like Goodbye Moonmen, which seemed so freaking weird, that video, and I don't know, that was a pretty weird trip, I gotta say, and this one was so much worse. I loved it. Easily one of the best parts of the episode. I also like how the episode begins showing Jerry's life now, which is pretty pathetic obviously, but honestly that's what I like about Jerry, that's his character. And it's very clearly shown here. He's such a simple character, and honestly that really just makes him likable to me. That's just the one thing about Jerry that I like. He's a simple character, pathetic, nobody likes him, and I don't know, it makes him likable for some reason. Then Rick comes in and the adventure actually begins. You know, I think the last time we actually had a Jerry on any sort of adventure properly was when he left Jerry at the Jerry daycare. I think, at least that's the last one I remember. Maybe there was one, and I don't count the end of Season 2 because, it wasn't Jerry and Rick properly. Even then the daycare one wasn't, but, you know, it was the closest we ever got, so, yeah. I'm actually surprised, honestly, in this episode that Rick actually agreed to take Jerry somewhere, since, honestly, we all know he hates him and all that, but I suppose it is Morty who asked him and Rick would do anything for him, or maybe, like he said in the episode, it was just to get Morty off his back, but I don't know. Even then, I think Rick's too stubborn to do something like this, so it seems a bit out of his character, at least at first it does, but I don't know. That's just how I saw it anyway when I first saw the episode. I don't know, it's a bit out of his character to do that. So Rick takes Jerry to this restaurant, which is pretty cool, and it has a force field around it, preventing anyone from being killed, which would be freaking sweet in real life. In the future we need to make that a reality. It's a pretty neat idea, and it makes for some neat visual stuff, such as Jerry getting his hand sliced off on the airdryer later in the episode. It's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. I think the funny thing here is that Rick and Jerry actually get along for the most part, which kinda surprises me, and again, like I said, Rick usually hates him, and it just seems so out of character for Rick, at least in this episode, to be friendly with Jerry in any way. And when it turns out that Rick's not even the one that goes against Jerry, so it's really weird. I don't know, that's just how I saw it at first. But yeah, it does make me think that he could come back into the family. Maybe not with Beth, but just living with the family. I don't know if that's a thing that they would do. I don't really know, honestly. As long as Jerry's still in it, which he is, I'm okay, I don't really care. So let's just go ahead and talk about the side plot of the episode before I get into all the Rick and Jerry stuff, because while I don't prefer it as much as the Rick and Jerry stuff, it's alright, I guess. It's certainly very disturbing in some ways. Basically, Summer's having trouble with her boyfriend and attempts to enlarge her breasts to make him like her again. How that would ever work, I have no idea. However, it backfires and she becomes this giant woman. We've got some Steven Universe fusion shit going on here. Not only that, but thanks to Beth trying to help, her skin turns her inside out and turns her into one disturbing ass monster. I mean, really? And when Beth does the same thing later, it's just so freaking weird. It's just so Rick and Morty. I don't know what else to say. I don't really know what else to say about this plot. I mean, it's not really that exciting. It sort of all culminates in the end. You know, Summer's brother ends up getting the full frontal of that machine that turned her into a giant woman, so I don't really know. It's not really the most interesting, and I don't know, I can kind of just shrug it off and say, that was alright. It doesn't really build up to anything, so yeah, I really do prefer the Rick and Jerry stuff though. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on back to that. So Jerry ends up getting roped in by this guy. I don't know his name, I don't remember if they said the name in the episode, kind of shows just how forgettable of a bad guy this dude is. And he wants to kill Rick as well. So he enlists Jerry to, well, kill Rick by taking him on this ride called the Whirly-Durly, the namesake of the episode, honestly, I do want to say this very quickly. Can you really blame Jerry at this point for wanting to kill Rick, if at all? I mean, there is that moment in the episode where he does want to take Rick on the Whirly-Durly to kill him, and can you really blame him? I mean, he did take his family and sort of divide them, leading to this divorce. I mean, hell, even Rick later admits to this in the episode, so I can understand why you'd want to kill Rick. I honestly don't have an issue with Jerry in this episode. So they end up going on the Whirly-Durly, which is one of the most fun names I've ever had to say, and Rick apologizes for everything, making Jerry feel bad and wanting not to kill Rick now. And it's kind of interesting that Rick actually apologizes here and completely admits that he was the one who sabotaged their relationship from the very beginning. It's really interesting. It's like it all just comes full circle at this point, and it's the one thing in the episode that just makes me think, okay, I can see Jerry coming back into the family at the end of the season. Maybe Beth getting mad at Rick and bringing him back. I don't really know what's going to happen. I would like it to, but I really couldn't care less as long as Jerry's still in the show. They crash the Whirly-Durly, I'm glad I get to say it again, and end up breaking the force field in the process, leading to people being able to die now. One girl gets shot in the head because the brother thinks no one can die. Yeah, it's kind of sad, honestly, when she doesn't get up. Rick then discovers what Jerry was planning, trying to kill him, and uses him by getting him eaten by some weird thing, and then... God, the creatures on this show are some of the weirdest stuff, and I love it. Like, the design of this creature going after Jerry in the episode is so cool. Like, really cool. I don't know what else to say. It's kind of amazing just how kind, if that's the word you want to use, Rick has been to Jerry, like I said. Although, let's be honest, it's probably all just for Morty. I don't really know. Maybe it is Rick just being genuinely nice to Jerry throughout the episode, or maybe he's just doing this so that Jerry doesn't hate him for Morty. I really don't think that's the case, so I don't know. I feel like as this show goes on, you start to see Rick become a lot more human, in a sense, and just become a lot more grounded in that sort of thing, and you know, that's something really nice about the show. So they try to escape via some kind of space airport, that's a thing apparently, where they make Rick stupid with some kind of injection. Wow, that's actually really cool. I know, a lot of the contraptions or stuff that they come up with in Rick and Morty is really cool and stuff I could actually see being a real thing. It's really weird. Oh, at least I would like to be a real thing anyway. So it's pretty funny that Rick actually becomes stupid. It's about as close as Jerry is ever going to come to seeing Doofus Rick again, and oh my god, I want to see Doofus Rick again. I think that episode will go down as one of my favourites. Definitely in my top 10. Yeah, I would love to see Doofus Rick again. Although after the first episode of the season where they destroy the Council of Ricks, wouldn't surprise me if he would be dead by now, I don't know. Be a shame if he did, but hey. So the big dude who wanted to kill Rick returns while Rick is weak, and Jerry actually tries to do something pretty heroic and fighting the dude, which leads into some kind of mind-melding acid trip. I don't really know how this actually starts as well. It just goes into some really weird imagery, and I love it. It looks really nice. It's a more trippier version of Goodbye Moomin, really, just without a song. I really like what I see at this part. It's really cool. So Rick ends up killing the guy because the acid trip took long enough for it to wear off. How convenient for you, Rick, and they end up escaping home. That's about it. This episode is really just amazing to see. Just to see how Rick and Jerry actually interact throughout it. More episodes like this, please, Adult Swim. I would love that. Or Justin Roiland. So even though the episode ends with Jerry being shut out of the house again, even though Rick invites him in, go Rick, at least there is a little bit of hope for him after everything he's gone through. Yeah, I'm starting to think the whole pity thing with Jerry, the whole pity speech that Rick gave to him is right, but maybe that can change, like you said, I don't know. I really like this episode. Easily my favourite episode from the season so far. Well, there was the opening episode. That's my favourite. I don't really know, I haven't thought about it properly yet. But anyway, sure, the side plot is garbage compared to the Rick and Jerry stuff, but it's still a fun, entertaining, even eye-opening episode. It is kind of weird how we never had Beth go on any proper adventures with Rick. I know this is a bit off the track, but that is definitely something I would like to see this season, just Beth and Rick. That's it, a Beth and Rick adventure. But really, that's just my 2 cents on it. Anyway, with that, that is going to be it for the Whirly-Durly conspiracy. I just wanted an excuse to say that word again. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.